Hey, howdy, hey, you're on with the Juice Man, and this is Boat Game. Got a game for you all today, my first impressions on the brand new legendary tier German battleship, the Preußen, the star of the current ongoing campaign. Now, this ship is boasting a monstrous HP pool of 95,200 hit points, plenty of armor, average torpedo reduction, 8 457mm main battery guns, those are 18-inch guns for those in the know. 20.1 kilometers of range with this build, 21.6 seconds of reload, pretty long 180 time, 5450 HE alpha with a 45% fire chance, and 15,250 AP shell damage. It has a pretty large secondary complement, 20 128mm secondary guns and a further 8 150s, reaching out to 7.4 on this build as I'm spec'd more so into the guns. The AA is no slouch, but not the best at this tier. It's a pretty big ship, being based on a GK hull, so 13.9 kilometers detectability range at sea is par for the course. This ship turns around in 1,050 meters, also remnant of the grosser curve first, and it reaches a blistering 32.4 knots, flipping that rudder around in 20.4 seconds. Now, this ship likes to be spec'd more into the guns. Apparently these are the most accurate 18-inch guns at the tier in the game, with a really good Sigma battlecruiser dispersion. So that's what I built for. Their opening shot of this game is flying towards that GK on the other side, and we connect with 2 shells and a shatter for 5,637 damage. Pretty underwhelming, but I'm going to get some much better shots later on this game. I suppose this is a good time to talk about my commander. I'm using Franz von Hipper with the guys, of course. And here's the build, because I was too neglectful to remember to put it on the screen while I was recording this voiceover. Pretty standard build on a free-to-play commander. I'm sure you could all replicate it. Now, the armor scheme of this ship lends itself to be facing away from the enemy. Not quite stern tanking, but angled away. Now that I'm spotted again, I'm going to take another cheeky shot at this grosser curve first, trying to account for his turn, and getting myself prepared to take return fire. Here come the shells, and aside from the 2 into the superstructure, the ones that hit my hull really didn't do much work. Now, the reload is really coming in handy on these humongous guns, because I'm going to have these shells back ready to go in just a few seconds here for a further shot at the grosser curve first. But I'm not liking my position. I'm on the outside, kind of in a kiting position. I want to get myself turned back in. I am exposing my broadside, but this is a very tanky, very chunky ship. And especially at this range, if I'm only taking a couple shells, I will more than likely be okay. Now, the first couple hits of this game, I'm getting trolled a little bit, but I've managed to amass a whopping 33,000 damage. A very small drop in the bucket compared to what these beautiful shells are going to do to this Prince Ruprecht. Nice and flat. Front ones weren't very flat, but as you can see, we just jumped in damage with 6 shells hit. 3 overpens, 3 pens. That was 6 shells out of 8. Right then and there, that's the chunk I took off the Ruprecht. I'm starting to not doubt these guns so much, because I played quite a few games in this ship on stream, and I was having a really hard time making it work, because my playstyle in the German battleships is usually charge with the guns blazing and keep them reloading as quickly as humanly possible. That just works. But these guns, I don't know. They were trolling me at close range, but they were actually starting to put in work when I got the ship a little further away. So if I can survive longer, I can do more damage. People have been telling me that for years. I didn't buy it until quite recently. Now I'm in a position to just sit here with my bow in. I do have a decently well-armored bow. And tank the secondary hits from the Ruprecht. Another decent hit, but not the big kapow hit I'm looking for, as his secondaries have set me on fire and I'm bleeding health. But I know his torpedoes are coming, so I'm going to throw on my hydro so I can get an idea of where they're at. And like an absolute buffoon, I turned into them. So I'm going to get my heal going and commit to this turn and try to get some shells into the GK. And that's the kind of hits we're looking for. Absolutely clobbered the GK, ate one torp. Now I'm on a double fire. There's an Awami out there. I'm going to pump the brakes, turn in, speed up to get my ship turned. I'm trying to limit my engagement to one ship at a time, and at the moment I'd like it to be the GK, because I'm bleeding a lot of hit points. Shells come in from the Awami, they don't do much. GK secondaries are hitting me harder. Checking my secondary range, make sure they're actually gonna fire at the GK. Just to confirm my suspicions, they start opening up, but I'm not spec'd into them whatsoever. But the first 3 secondaries hit and I get a fire, so I'm not gonna complain too hard. That's one of the shots I am going to complain about. He's not that angled to me. These guns are huge. I think I just got trolled there. But he goes down to my friendly destroyer. I believe it was a Holland.
Nice work.
Now I'm in reverse trying to stay in the will to rebuild range of this Alaska, but I'm starting to believe that's not going to be something I really have to do. Take out a gun on the Awami. And amazingly, I haven't lost a turret yet. This ship, I was told, in the phase of testing, had a tendency to get its turrets knocked out quite a lot. And there's one game I played with this the other day, where within the first salvo I took of the game, I had one of my front turrets permanently broken. And I think that's absolutely hilarious. It reminds me of John Bart and Richelieu back in the day. But I'm over the waiting game. Prince Ruprecht is, well, nowhere to be found. The Kleber that was over here harassing our side is nowhere to be found. Perhaps I spoke too soon. I just got committed to pushing and Prince Ruprecht has decided to double back on us. Fortunately for me, somebody else is able to spot him. He's not angling very well to me. Prince Ruprecht isn't the best armored German battlecruiser. So I'm feeling, let's pop a plane and see if I can do the funny. Hold these. And there's a better hit. You know he's mad. And I'm angled to him, so he's not going to hit me very hard. Or at all. Ah, rear turrets have to come in. I just had to open my big mouth, didn't I? Now, I know he's going to try to push me with those secondaries again. I can tank armor piercing, but I can't tank fire, so I'm going to try to keep my distance while I sort out this engagement. Try to pull him towards me in this Alaska. And our destroyer's in trouble. Maybe I should push. Now, we're not that far into the game. The enemy team's lost 4 ships. The Ruprecht just went down to my fire. We've only lost 2 ships. This is still a pretty early game, and I'm on 176,000 damage. The guns have really started putting in work this game. I think I played... This was like 10 games in to the grind, trying to get something that I liked, and honestly, this wasn't the most insane. It didn't have the big dev strikes, didn't have the big hero moments. But this is the game where I got to use the ship to do a lot of different things. I had the secondaries rocking, had the guns rocking at range. I get the guns rocking a little closer against the Ruprecht and the Grosser Kurfürst. And I'm not sure if you're looking, but that Louisiana, big shout out to the Warfare at Sea guys for holding up the red team on this side. Our team is pretty much folded over on the west side of the map, save for one battleship that's making a run for the back, trying to preserve his life, which accidentally comes in handy for us. Now, I'm trying to get myself in a position to help with that. I'm thinking, you know, they're all good players. They just made a mockery of that side. Let's see if my boys on this side can pull this one back. I'd love to get a shot at that defense, but I don't think it's going to happen. His secondaries have destroyed our vampire, but the vampire fortunately was able to take out the Kleber, so we don't have a destroyer threat anymore. Henry's looking a little juicier, but I don't think he's going to stay spotted long enough for me to shoot at. So our Holland is making a beeline for the base. I'm going to do the same thing. This poor defense. Bro fought so hard for this. And unfortunately got nay-nayed by our friendly Preußen. That is the battleship currently up behind the base. So it makes sense as to why he's trying to keep his distance. His guns work well at range. I'd like this Alaska to come with me to the base though, but I'm pretty sure that's the last time he moves this game. I'm not sure if he went AFK or if he's just chilling there trying to preserve his HP, keep us up on points. Either way, he's doing a great job. Now, I was thinking the Louisiana or the Henry might make a run for our base, but the Holland's been in their base for long enough that I decide, yeah, no, one or both of them's absolutely coming back. I might die trying, but if we can hold their points off and I die, we're still up enough on points that, you know, we can still win it. I need some HP. I fully plan on tanking some salvos, maybe helping this Holland cap. I need all the HP I can get. Henry and Louisiana are now spotted. I'm going to start making my turn out, get into a kiting position so I can tank, get some shots out at him. Henry gets absolutely touched by our Preußen in the back. That guy actually ends up having a much better game than I did. I still haven't quite gotten a grasp of how to get this thing to work, but this isn't a showcase video, it's a first impressions video, so I usually limit myself to about 10 battles before I take something and run with it. Louisiana's given me half a decent angle, so I'm waiting for the shot. Playing up, shot out. Now it's looking like we might get close on this cap, but Henry's going to get around that corner and get a reset off before we are able to cap it. But I secure my high caliber medal with just a little hit on Louisiana, and here comes the Henry. I was hoping to do more to the Louisiana. Maybe I should have held a shot for the Henry, but you never know. I took the shot I could get. Naturally, I'm on fire. Now, I pinged the Holland for support, thinking, oh, maybe I can get him over here to give me a will to rebuild, but upon reinspection, I'm sailing out of the base, and he's holding off their points right now. Our friendly Preußen just got his high caliber as well, so I'd say the two of us were putting in some work this game. But Henry's nearly dead. I'm going to take another shot at him and get turned out before I eat a Louisiana salvo. Holland takes out Henry. I'm just going to start harassing Louisiana. Now you can see I'm kind of coming out at an angle to get behind this island as I lose a rear turret. First turret I've lost this game, amazingly. Shot out at Louisiana, I'm going to switch HE, try to get some fires rocking. Holland was trying to come get me some will to rebuild. God bless his soul, but I need to get a pretty good gap between me and Louisiana so I don't eat torps or worse, shells. Holland has a good head on his shoulders, he knows what's going on. I just need to tank one, maybe two more salvos. Yeah, there's 2,900 HP. I'm figuring this is probably it for me, but we're still up enough on points. Yeah, we'll still win if I die. As long as... Oh, Alaska's back. Okay, Alaska's now pushing. If me and Alaska die, no, we wouldn't. We're up enough. This game's in the bag as long as Holland or Alaska. As long as everybody doesn't die. But I'm going to take one more shot at Louisiana and try to dive behind this island. I'm now at 205,250. Scratch that. 210,285 damage. Pretty decent average damage for legendary tier. I did quite a lot to the enemy team. Got my high caliber, well earned. Now I'm thinking I'm in the clear here. And I take one more superstructure hit from the Louisiana, leaving me with a measly 427 HP in a dream. So a good game for the team, and I am going to do everything in my power to not get spotted again. This is the freest, well, I wouldn't call it the freest, but it's certainly a free dreadnought if I don't get shot. I'm hoping and I'm praying I can get one more shot over this island for the Louisiana. I'm watching the flight time of the shells. I thought I fired them in time, but nah, the game's gonna end just before they get there. Whatever, there's my fireproof and there's my dreadnought. So we're wrapping out the game. 210,285 damage, 81 shells hit, 2 assists, 1 plane shot down, 4 incaps, 1 kill, 1 fire, 1 citadel, 10 secondary hits. That's a pretty good list of the things this ship can do. We finished second on the team, but we do have the most medals, so that's worth something in my book, with 2,499 base XP, which seems low for the damage, but it's not like I was out here damaging that many ships. I would have loved a bigger hit on Louisiana, but hey, what can you do? Huge shout out to the Warfare at Sea guys on the enemy team. You guys put up a hell of a fight, but 2 Preußens versus a red team sometimes works in the favor of the Preußens. So if you guys like this one, you might like others like it. Hit subscribe, hit like, do what you want. Leave a comment if you want to tell me I'm dumb or that I played the ship wrong. I don't care. I'll catch you all on the flip side. Peace.